yeah guys, let's do a what's in my bag video in the meantime as well. What's in my bag? Nothing! Only some dust falling on my hair right now. Hey guys, what is up? I'm sharing some of my best tips to thrift because that is something I have been doing since I was 16 years old, and then it just grew and grew and grew, and it's just my lifestyle, I guess. So here are my 5 tips or 6 tips. My first tip is to visit thrift shops often and go to a lot of different kinds of shops. So what I do is I go to thrift shops all around where I live, but I also go into specific vintage shops, or I go to even clothes swapping events. I used to take my residue to clothes swapping events that have gotten popular in the last years, so that I could trade my goods for something else and then resell it again in the market or wear it myself. The second tip is, if you're looking for something specific, don't think you'll find it at the thrift shop. Every time I went into a thrift shop to find something specific for me, something that was lacking in my closet, a sweater, a specific kind of t-shirt, that is not something you find in a thrift shop. Like, you find stuff in a thrift shop because you go often and you're not looking for something specific. So you find a whole bunch of things that you actually don't need and that are cute. But if I am looking for something specific, I go on Vinted or on Poshmark and I fill in what I am looking for, and then I get a bunch of results and I buy it from the seller, which is also a very good way to shop because you're sponsoring an individual, not a big company, and also the added value that they calculate to their item. For instance, like if they have bought it full price and they're just reselling it because it's too small or they don't want it anymore, then of course I'm happy to pay the price. But even if it's a reseller, I'm happy to pay the price that they're asking because I know the amount of effort and time goes into searching these items and listing them and taking photographs and sending them, all the extra costs that come with that. So that's all included in their price normally, and I'm really happy to pay that because they have made my search much easier. I don't have to go out and visit tons and tons of thrift shops to find that one piece I am looking for. My third tip is to forget about sizing completely. A Scandinavian size, a Spanish size, a French size, an Italian size. It's all very different, and definitely if you're looking to buy stuff that was made in the 70s or the 60s or the 50s, chances are people were a lot smaller. So even a French 40 from the 70s is not the same as a French 40 that you would buy now in the stores. So forget about the sizing completely and just try the item on. Another tip for you is to take your time while thrifting. This is a mistake that I have made a lot while thrifting because I used to go to a lot of different stores in one day, which is very exhausting because you need inventory and you want to gain that inventory in a short amount of time because of course you don't have the time to go sourcing every day. Life is short, everybody's busy, but what happens is you buy a lot of stuff and you're in a hurry and you think it's cute and you get a little bit negligent and you don't look at the item right. So if you would go sourcing or thrifting, just take your time, don't get in a rush, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm just taking it easy. If I don't find anything in one store, it's okay. I'm totally canceling that rushed lifestyle. So yeah, take your time because it's really, really necessary to look at the items against good daylight and also inspect everything completely because you're dealing with older pieces or pieces that have been worn. So there might be a button loose, there might be holes, there might be a rip, there might be small stains. Even if you're wearing it yourself, you don't want to be stuck with repairs or getting a stain out or unremovable stain, I can add another tip to this. So all repairs, if you see something that needs to be repaired, forget about it, leave it in the store, don't do the repair work. It will take time, money, effort. I used to have somebody that helped me with the store and did my repair work for free, and she did it for me because she really loved doing it, and she would come with me to the markets because she was an older lady. She was almost 80 and she loved that kind of stuff and loved to go to the markets. But really now that I'm alone, I cannot go sourcing, put everything online, talk to my customers, and then do all the repair work, because repair work, that's a whole different category, because altering dresses, that takes time. Like to alter 10 dresses, you're busy for a day. If I would want to resell that dress at the fair price, I would have to up my price significantly. The dress would never get sold. Unless it's for you and it's your hobby, forget about the repairs and stains. Just leave the item in the thrift shop. Last tip is to look at the material. I have a preference for natural fibers, but they are so much harder to source because in the 60s, 70s, especially in the 70s, when women started to go to work, see like a significant increase of synthetic fibers just to make it more easy on the homemaker. Synthetic dresses have the advantage that you don't have to iron it that much or hardly at all, so that is a big benefit. That's why I'm not completely against synthetic dresses. It also takes a lot of time to decompose. It's not good for nature, but if you would say that the dress would be made and then reworn and reworn and reworn, and you hardly see any signs of the dress being worn, that would be a good thing. Of course, if that dress doesn't end up in a landfill but on somebody's body. So I'm not opposed to polyester and synthetic fibers, but naturally I like to wear more natural fibers myself. So that's something also I try to look for when I'm looking for my shop or for my customers. These are my tips for thrifting. As I said, I have been thrifting for so long. I have been sourcing and selling for 10 years. I have many other tips. If you like videos like this, please let me know. If you like to see more content like this, please give the video a thumbs up. So we will see each other next week. Thank you so much for watching and have a great week.